So I got quite a few recognitions from last week. I'm going to run through a couple coworkers here. And maybe in the chat we could see if you could identify who these coworkers are, who they're related to. And then, I don't know if the actual coworker can speak up and let us know what their coworker's up to. Yes, it is Cheese. Charlie, you out there? I'll move on to the next one here. I think everybody knows this one. Yes. Sophie, what's your coworker up to?
She's happy that I'm home. She loves it.
Couple coworkers sleeping on the job. Tammy, are you out there? Nope. And Rebecca. Got a brand new one, a young one.
Yep, that's my puppy.
Sipping out of a sippy cup.
Yeah, so sometimes I take on walks as I listen to my Rotary meeting. And then there's my very, very helpful coworker. You can see there, she's just on top of all of my documents. She's actually, she's working on my Fieldbrook project there. And then you can see in the other photo, she's listening into some really important stuff on my computer as well.
Thank you for sharing. Who can guess who these are?
Those are mine.
Introduce us to your coworkers.
We got Waylon and Willie here. A couple of Rhodesian Ridgebacks ready to go to the beach at all times.
Nice. Thank you for sharing. And how about this last one? Mr. Richmond, are you out there? Oh.
That's Benny, man. I know Benny. He comes to the office, or used to.
Corey else? You have some context for this one?
OSHA approved.
Yeah, that's good. Really wanted some chips, and neither of us were in the kitchen, but he managed to get a chair, a laundry basket, and a cardboard box full of glass bottles on its side that's open. I found him in this state, so he didn't actually get the big giant chip bag down, but it was pretty ingenious, his engineering.
And then last weekend, who's behind the mask? Who can guess?
That's me.
How was your event?
It was really fun. We passed out about 3 little activity kits for kids. When we walked outside at noon, there were about 8 cars driving up to the front of our showroom. So it went really well, but it really was fun. It was hot in that thing. But if I turned just right, I could catch a little breeze. So
Thanks again for sharing. So we're coming back to the mask game. Can anybody guess?
Vanessa.
Here we go.
You know her.
I think I got to turn this on. And then the mask is courtesy of Terry. Give Terry a shout out there for putting some masks together. This one I had to really zoom in here, but yes, sir.
Yeah.
Ian.
Ian. That looks like Ian.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Wild photos. And then this is going around on the internet with people posting photos from back in the day. Any guesses here? Julie, are you out there?
Yeah.
Did Julie join us today? Doesn't look like it. How about this one? Any guesses?
Great boss.
That is definitely me, 1983.
Any guesses here?
Ray.
Former President Ray, yes.
Ray, what's that on your head?
I don't know, but it kind of scares me.
And one last one.
Jeff.
He hasn't changed much, yeah. Jeff.
Same question to Jeff.
So moving on to supporting our local businesses. Thank you for many of you who have responded to my Google form. I think I still have maybe 20, 25 of you who haven't responded yet. I'd love to get an idea of how you'd like for us to handle this before our next board meeting, which is next Tuesday. For you Blue Badgers, I will get you invited so you get a chance to attend and keep moving forward towards your red badge. But if you could please look for that email. I sent it out again recently. Let me know what to think, and that way I can, we can, as a board, figure out how we want to use these funds and support our local businesses. Susan, I missed you the last time I had this slide, so what's happening in your world?
Well, I'm sure you guys can all relate. After being down for, I guess, four weeks now, the HealthSPORT team is fired up. They're tired of exercising alone in isolation and ready to see everyone again. So we have 3 top priorities that we're working on. First one is providing a safe space, which is a challenge, safe distancing, and then quality workouts as well. People are looking for results always, and they've got a lot of choices, but we're getting a lot of questions, you know, which one should we choose online? So we've added a new club, and that's what this is. It's our web club, and it's called clubweb.live, and it's expanding hours next week. So there'll be classes scheduled regularly online for 30 minutes. And we've gone with some of the requests that we're getting from members in the community. And we have our 3 top requests for our classes. First one being boxing. Second one being HIIT. And third one being family fight night. And I think it has something to do with maybe the isolations, but we're going to give it a try. So take a look at these new classes and see what you think. And we've also got we've got a call line with the trainer. So if you have questions about what you're doing at home or are looking for some new ideas, the call line is open from 9 to 1, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So that's what we got going on, and look forward to seeing everybody again at HealthSPORT one of these days.
Susan, do you want to cue up this video?
Oh, sure. How would I cue it up?
Is it the new setup in the...
Yeah, you want me to find it?
Well, I have it available. I just was wondering if you could give us some context for...
Get you some background?
Yeah.
This is an example of what our staff is currently doing to take care of the safe space and the safe distancing. And they work alone in the club. So this is Doug. I think you all met him at our event, Doug Hartley. And he is demonstrating some new arrangements. So I think that he'll speak about it in the video. It's a 1-minute video.
Here you go.
It's Doug again. Imagine that. Oh, another video. Woo. Walking into the upstairs cycling studio. Going to give you a little picture here right now. Because one of the things we've been working on is we're trying to determine out what is fitness going to look like, particularly when it comes to cycling. And in the past, it's kind of been bunching all the bikes together, make everybody feel like they're in a pack. But I don't know if you can tell by in this video here, I'm going to kind of walk up front so I can give you a little different perspective. But we've tried to really utilize this space to give people the space that they need so they feel comfortable in there, but they can still perform in some type of group setting like this. So we've really tried to give that space. It may change a little bit from this. This is one of our earlier concepts right here, and one of the things that we are working on right now to make sure that we can provide the offerings that we want to be able to continue to provide that people have come used to, but we want to do it in a very socially acceptable way, make sure we don't put anybody in harm's way and so forth. So we're working on some different layouts and things like that. So right now, this just gives you an idea of kind of what we're thinking about when it comes to the cycling bikes and so forth. So anyway, it gives you a shot there, and can't wait to get everybody back. Doug,
Thanks,
That's
Susan.
it. Yeah. Yep.
Doug again.
And Ray, I've had this slide a couple times. What have you been up to?
I've been up to working on empty building a lot. So I've refinished the bar already, so that's nice.
And that dishwasher, huh?
brand new dishwasher, painted a lot of stuff. Yeah, trying to work on the positive things.
Waiting things out, I imagine. Well, welcome, and thanks for sharing the photo. Let's see here. So if you do have additional photos, please send them to arcs.recognitions@gmail.com or to myself, and love to share what's going on in your life. So we've been putting out the stimulus check challenge, and recently this week, the Redwood Regional Rotary, which is the Rotary clubs from all of our area in Humboldt County, have gotten together to raise funds for collectively Food for People. So I know that our original goal for the stimulus check challenge was to make up our shortfall, which would allow us to continue to support backpacks for kids, in turn Food for People, and the remaining funds would go towards Food for People. So it really aligns with what our original stimulus check challenge was for. So they've asked for us to reach out to our club at large and see if you would be willing to participate in this collective challenge to help support Food for People who could really use the funds at this time. Carol, I don't know if you want to give us some additional feedback or some thoughts there.
Sure. Yeah, we really appreciate it. As you all know, right as the pandemic was unfolding, right before it really hit, Food for People had their building damage. So not only are we responding to a huge increase in need, but also out of our normal setting. So this comes at a really important time. And this is a great thing that Rotary is doing. I also wanted to say that that Food for People is going to be launching a full plate partner campaign, which is individuals considering giving a monthly donation, like $5, $10, whatever a month. And that'll kind of help sustain us in the long haul. So anyway, we really appreciate it. Thanks.
And I have realized that if I were to donate through my company, they're going to match whatever donation I make. So it looks like I'll be able to double up on my contribution, my turn over the stimulus check. So if there's anybody out there who has similar corporate matches, a great way to take advantage of that in these difficult times and help out Food for People here.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, we're still delivering food to seniors, and I can say they are so grateful to, have food brought to their doorstep. I know I was glad to be able to keep doing that too.
And then I don't quite have a slide, but Maggie, you wanted to say something about supporting seniors in the Eureka area?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, one of the things I wanted to add is my workplace isn't allowed to give matching gifts as a nonprofit, but we're working right now with the federal funding that we are getting for food for seniors, and I'm meeting with Ann Holcomb this afternoon to talk to her about how we can get some of our funds to Food for People to help expand what you're doing for seniors. So we'll have that conversation. That's as close as I can get to a match, but we'll make, it'll be more than more than a match, hopefully. Yeah, I wanted to put out the word that we are right now still shopping for seniors and can use a little more help in the Arcata and Eureka area. What we would do is match you up with somebody who you would just check in with, you know, periodically and do some shopping for them when you're doing yours. We're trying to get folks to realize that this isn't that we don't always have access to everything they might want right now on the list. As you all know, when you go shopping, it's not all there, but that we are working to get them the basics and to help them. And the other part of this that we're also seeing, it's really kind of challenging is folks that we're serving are pretty isolated. Not all of them have internet access. Not all of them are, you know, they're home now, and having somebody, just knowing somebody is looking out for them and helping them out makes a big deal. And the other thing I wanted to just throw in really quickly is we're starting a campaign. Our ombudsman program is to encourage people to send cards and letters to the nursing homes, the local facilities. They are on total lockdown. Their family can't visit, nobody can visit. And they're frankly very worried and scared because of what we're seeing in other nursing homes around the country. And so if people can just drop notes, you know, just write a note to somebody, tell them who you are, what you're doing, just anything, and send them to the nursing homes, that would really make a difference for folks. They are, they feel, I think they're so afraid, and they feel like they're really literally sitting ducks waiting for this to come and spread in their homes, and they don't have control over who comes into their homes the way you and I do. They live with 100 other people and people caring for them, and it's just very, very frightening. Yeah, I can send out the list of the facilities and the addresses to everybody, so you can also help. So if you don't have time to go shopping, but you have a little extra time in the evening to just write a note, a funny card, pick up some cards, just something to encourage and support these folks. It's very frightening for them. Thanks.
Thanks, Maggie. And I'm reminded in the chat that in part of that email, the Southwest Eureka, there's a member who's going to match donations up to $5,000. So I think it would be great if we could go through the club to offer them one big donation. I think that's another question in the chat. Since it is a collective effort that we look to funnel it. So Andreas created a wonderful letter for me, and it's got some details on how you can donate to the club. So I'll get that out today so that you can look for the different ways that you can offer that contribution. And so thank you in advance for your generosity, and let's support a huge need in our community. So thank you, guys. So a few upcoming events. I just want to continue to promote Feed the ER. You know, Tom's daughter's involved, and it's great to see the pictures and the support to our local healthcare providers. And for those of you who are howling out there, I know there's probably different reasons to howl, or either to let things out, or to give you a moment to reflect and think about some of the people out there who are struggling. So I want to share that I do have my own personal reason to howl. My sister's going through some health issues, so in an environment where there's a virus that can really take you down. It's kind of a scary thing. So, and howling is great therapy. So, be great to hear you guys out there. And yeah, we'll see you on the other side of this pandemic. It's given me a lot of time to self-reflect. So I also wanted to mention there's another Pilates class tomorrow at 9. Amy's actually did it this morning, turned on a video of Tamara. So Tamara, I don't know if you're out there, if you want to tell us what's happening tomorrow morning. Not seeing that you might have joined us. Well, I do believe it's a Pilates class, so it's a good opportunity to look into some self-care, so check that out. So next week is Firesides, so we don't have a meeting next Friday, the 24th. Maggie, you have those Zoom meeting invites out. I don't know if you want to talk about that for a moment.
Yes, you all should have received 3 invites. Pick one that you'd like to come to. They have themes associated with it, so we can't all get together, but I thought it'd be fun to have themes. One is Hawaii, since it's a place we're not going right now. The other is kind of a race, take me out to races, a spring thing. So if any of you had hoped to wear a race hat or a race garb or do some betting, then that's one. And then the last one is take me out to the ball game. We're going to a ball game. So bring your thoughts around that, and I'll be sharing out some of the results of the survey that I've received so far. And then doing that, and then mostly listening to you and hearing what you're thinking about in terms of related to some of the things that we're looking at in the community, but also with Rotary International. So I hope as many of you can come as can come.
Thanks, Maggie. And then the final Friday will be the following Friday, April 31st, May 1st. So get your bid paddles ready. Should be a fun opportunity to do this virtually, another first. So I know we have some great prizes out there, and I know our club could really use something fun at this moment. So look forward to seeing you guys join us on the 1st.